But I'm thirsty from this hard day's work, so before that I take a fresh Dr. P out of the fridge. And you know what? Good point, me. Let's fucking save for once. Sorry, I didn't mean to have you glare at me. I forgot that you don't like people checking their mail, their phones, when you're talking to them. Hey, aren't you gonna tell me what's going on? I toss the bottle to Kurisu when she turns around. Ah! Kurisu tries to catch it, but fails magnificently. She picks up the bottle off the floor, and she shoots me a glare. I'll explain in a second. Drink that while you wait. Gee, thanks. I had to send a reply to Shining Finger. She ended up being no hope at all, but I suppose I can't just say nothing. Oh, I guess maybe I would have checked the mail anyways? Oh, I can reply. Okay. I got the goods. Over. Yeah, I know where this is going. I sent it as a concise message as possible. Now then. I turn back to Kurisu, but the reply comes before I can open my mouth. Oh boy. Turn around less than 5 seconds. Shows her had a phone in hand 24/7. It's the only possible explanation. The goods? You found an IBM 5100? Gimme! Maoika! Gimme? What nonsense is this? Who do you think you are, Mayuri? Sorry, I'm not the owner. I can't just give it to you. I send that. Another instant reply. Let me borrow it! It's easy to imagine what will happen if I lend it to her. She'll disappear and I'll never see the IBM 5100 again. No borrowing either. You can visit our lab if you want, but no touching. The address is... Really? I don't know that this is the greatest idea I've ever heard of, but sure. Yeah, that's fine. No problem. I had the lab's address and send the mail. No more replies come. Sorry for the wait, Christina. I like when see Kurisu drinking the Dr. P. Oh, you're a fan of the dark, I see. I've lived 7 years at its birthplace, after all. Excellent. We'll make great drinking buddies. I'm a minor. That's not what I meant. I meant Dr. P drinking buddies. Is that all you drink? Kurisu shrugs her shoulders and takes another swig, signaling me to talk. And so I explain how Dara and I hacked into CERN. And how they've already made the LHC in operation for 9 years. I didn't flub that at all. Tell you what it said. And how they've successfully created many black holes. And how it looks like they're researching time travel. And also how they haven't disclosed any of that to the world. Kurisu's expression grows more and more intense as she listens to the story. CERN certainly is acting strange, but how's the IBM 5100 involved? CERN's database uses an IBM 5100. So? The only way to decrypt that database is to use an IBM 5100 of our own. How do you know that? I have my sources. I don't drop Titor's name. I have no doubt that this genius girl would laugh if I did. Yeah, though I'm sure she knows about that. I mean, you use Hoin Kyoma on that channel, so obviously she knows that's you. Obviously everyone knows that's you, but... Kurisu puts a finger to her lip, deep in thought. Settling the IBM 5100 and such aside, I want to see proof that CERN's really doing that sort of research. True, we didn't get any definitive proof of CERN's time travel research last time we hacked them. Daru, will it take much longer to find the server admin's account? Actually, I was just thinking about doing that. Should take more than half a day, I guess. There you go. I'll wait until then. You'll wait? It's already getting dark. Why not go home for tonight and come back tomorrow morning? No thanks. I'll wait. I want to know as soon as possible, even if it's just a microsecond sooner. Oh, that's the spirit. You're already fascinated by the conspiracy. You can't help but want to know what lies at the heart of CERN. If what you guys are saying is true, then this isn't something to joke about. CERN is the world's top research institution. If they're doing secret experiments without publishing the results, they're making fools of scientists the world over. That's only if it's true, though. She finishes by emphasizing that point again. Doesn't look like she believes us. Anyway, Daru, I'll leave it to you. According to Daru's research, the Advent 5100 weighs 25 kilos. For now, we'll leave it on the shelf in the development room. We carry the cardboard box to the room, half dragging it. Gracie follows. Can you show me the phone wave? Indeed, I can. Want to experiment? You haven't been able to send another email to the past yet, right? Do you know why? I can only shake my head. Let's run some tests. Gracie looks around the development room. Man, you have a ton of junk. It's not junk! Since you're new to the Future Gadget Laboratory, I'll explain. These are the glorious fruits of our science, the Future Gadgets! Future Gadgets 1 through 7 are stored here. Phone Wave, which you are already familiar with, is Gadget number 8. Future Gadgets, huh? Gracie casually picks up Future Gadget number 4, Mode Snake, from the shelf and stares at it. Hey, isn't this a weapon? Future Gadget number 4, Mode Snake. Designed after a Claymore landmine, it is an instant humidifier. How confusing. Insert water and turn the power on, and in mere seconds it generates a thick cloud of steam. So it's junk. I thought so. Gracie sighs and returns Mode Snake to the shelf. I'm borrowing this. Without waiting for a reply, she grabs Daru's never-worn lab coat from the shelf and puts it on gallantly. What? Whoa. It's just not right without a lab coat. Overcome with emotion, I seize Kurzu's hand and grasp it firmly. Hey! Assistant! You get it, don't you? Get what? Let go! If you're gonna do science, you need a lab coat, right? I told Daru over and over, but he wouldn't wear one. But my assistant is different. She put it on before I even said anything. I knew you were meant for this, Christina. You're the best assistant a mad scientist could ask for. I don't know if that's supposed to be a compliment, but it's coming off as an insult. Now let go. She shakes off my hand and turns it back to me. I'm giving you that lab coat to commemorate your joining the lab. Don't worry, it's never been worn. Or maybe this fateful encounter between you and that lab coat was decided by destiny long ago. Daru not wearing that was just another inevitability. This is the choice of Steins. Shut up so we can start the experiment. Fine. Fuck you too. Gracie thrusts both hands into her lab coat's pockets, then bends down to look at the time machine now placed underneath the table. Previous experiment broke the table and left a hole in the floor. There's a danger that'll happen again if we successfully reproduce the discharge phenomenon, so unfortunately we'll have to leave it on the floor for now. So you haven't tampered with the microwave at all? I point to the X68000. There's a code on the screen. It's in terminal mode now. We can change the factory settings like this to make the microwave do things its manufacturer never intended. How is this that when the discharge phenomenon occurred? Nothing out of the ordinary. It was at factory settings. I'll take a banana. Bunch of bananas only has 3 bananas left. Those are my Yuris. Oh, so I don't need your permission then. I'll go buy new bananas tomorrow. Gracie takes one banana from the bunch, squats down, and places it inside the phone wave, named TBA. She begins to type on the phone. She pushes send, and the phone wave, named TBA, begins to turn backwards. After 120 seconds, the chime rings. Nothing happened. Man is still in the microwave, unjellified. Ow! Gracie yelps as she tries to take out the banana and quickly draws back her hand. Yeah, that happened when you touch a banana that's been in there for 2 minutes. She stares, blowing on her fingers. It's hot. Meaning the microwave functioned normally. This proves that the hidden function Mayuri found wasn't a freezing function, but we knew that already. Undaunted, Curse throws in a new banana, and once again begins reverse rotation for 120 seconds. Second banana warms up too. We can't reproduce the jellification phenomenon, much less send mail to the past. What does this mean? I guess what happened earlier was an irregularity after all. I don't know if it's an irregularity or not, but we ought to investigate the cause. I agree. We agree for once. But Curse's motives and my motives are probably not the exact same. No, they are probably the exact opposite indeed. My assistant here wants to disprove my theory that the phone wave named TBA is in fact a time machine. In the previous experiment, after spending 120 seconds in the phone wave named TBA, the banana teleported back to its to the bunch jellified. We should consider that it returned to its state 120 seconds before. Wrong. If it returned to its state 120 seconds before, it wouldn't be jellified. So she wants to say that because it was jellified, it didn't travel back in time. The chicken returned to its frozen state without jellifying. That logic is dubious. Sure, it ended up frozen, but did you examine the possibility that it might have been jellified first? No, I didn't. I think Mayuri ate the free frozen chicken. Salt didn't jellify. You mean nothing changed? After the discharge phenomenon occurred last night, we spent all night experimenting with cabbage, rabbit... After the discharge phenomenon occurred last night, we spent all night experimenting with cabbage, radishes, rice, konjac, melon bread, crunchy corn, and cup noodles. Nothing happened. The same thing with liquids. On that day, our success rate took a 180-degree turn. Before the discharge phenomenon, everything succeeded. After the discharge phenomenon, everything failed. Is the microwave storing electricity? You said that jellified objects became fractal structured, right? Salt has a simple structure by nature, so maybe that had an effect. But how could electricity be related? Here, we should think under the assumptions of time travel theory. No, it's not good to start thinking from the conclusion. We've already had successful... We've already had several successful experiments, you can't deny that. I'm not especially concerned whether this thing is a time machine or not. To begin with, it's physically impossible for this tiny little microwave to produce energy equivalent to the Big Bang. Curse frowns deeply. We can't reproduce the discharge phenomenon, nor the fractalization. There should be a reason why. We haven't changed our methods, we haven't changed the settings. We haven't changed the experimental subjects either. There must be some other variable. Maybe it's the one who observes it. What do you mean by that? Quantum theory. The observer is an important element of the experiment. There were 4 of us here when the discharge phenomenon occurred last time, but before that occurred when Hishada-san was alone. Each time fractalization occurred, there were either 2 or 3 people observing. You and I each saw both phenomena. In other words, the conditions haven't changed. In that case... there must be some other variable. It's on the tip of my tongue! Then I hear a rumbling sound from Curse's stomach. Hungry? Shut up! I haven't eaten anything since lunch! Curse turns away as she looks at a watch. It's already 8? Just eat a banana. Only one of the 2 we just warmed. They are, after all, the fruit of our experiments. Or you could take something from our stock of cup noodles. Don't want any? Well, since you lived in America for so long, I guess you'd prefer fast food instead. Cup noodles. What? I'll have cup noodles. Cup noodles. What flavors? There's soy sauce flavor and chicken flavor. Chicken. She seems in the mood to eat. Also, do you have a fork? Can't use chopsticks, can you? It's past midnight. At 8 o'clock, the two of us silently ate cup noodles and warm bananas. Darwin said he didn't want any. And ever since then, we've been examining the phone wave named TVA. I've mainly focused on the terminal mode settings through the X68000. The programs Dar wrote are all wizard class though, so I can't understand most of them. Well, this is a new scenery. We got a weird penguin light bulb thing, lamp, whatever. Whatever that is. We got a pig, which is reflected wrong? Unless there's something on the backside? A double-faced pig. You see that, right? You see the issue with this. There's a treasure chest. We got something from Amazon. Right, from Amazoo.net. Nothing of interest. You don't even have any consoles. Not that I can tell. Whatever. Curious's been examining the AC adapter and the lab's electrical switchboard for a while, though we stopped her when she tried to disassemble them. It's early morning and she still shows no sign of leaving. Where is she staying anyway? She's been in Japan for 1 or 2 months, and she did say she was going back to America this month. Trains aren't running this late. Guess she might not be able to leave even if she wants to. But in that case, why didn't she leave before the train stopped? Don't tell me she plans to stay. No girls have ever stayed over at the lab. My area is a curfew, so she always goes back home to Ikebukuro. Darwin and I frequently stay here, though. It's not an exaggeration to say we live here half the time. Maybe it's known for American girls to stay overnight in labs. I don't think so. Christina, is it okay to stay here this late? Perhaps you should contact your family. No need. What? Do your parents let you do whatever you want? Grace turns to me and sighs. I haven't seen my father in 7 years. My mother's in America. I'm living in a hotel right now. Understand? What? Living in a hotel? Well, true, renting an apartment for just a month is absurd, but... You damn celebrity! If you're American, then you should at least use a motel instead of a hotel, right? I'm not American, and there aren't any motels in the heart of Tokyo. What sort of hotel? What do you mean? It's a normal hotel in Ochi... What do you mean? It's a normal hotel in Nomizu. Nomizu! These names are the death of me. Ocha Nomizu? Then you can walk there from here, can't you? Sure. I see. That's why she's so flexible with her schedule. I finally understand. So, tell me about your father. Sorry? You said you haven't seen him in 7 years? Excuse me, we already know enough about her father as is. She told us about Dr. Nakabachi. Pretty sure. Oh, why do you care about my father? You're the one who mentioned him. Isn't that basically a hidden message saying, please give me some advice about my father, please? You're crazy. You are my assistant, and I can't let my assistant have any worries, so tell me everything that's on your mind. Cursor pouts and says no more. Instead, she goes to the circuit box on the wall. What's wrong? I have nothing to say to you. Oh, I know. Your father was a hero, but then he fell to evil, and now he wears a black mask and cape and goes, Hiko, right? And in the future, you two are destined to fight, and... I think I heard Kurt's teeth grind. You're really mad at me, aren't you? Don't make fun. Kirsty doesn't look me in the eye, but her low voice tells me how mad she is. Of people's family issues like that, you're trampling on my heart. Ugh. Could her father's situation be a landmine? Maybe I should apologize. Try to think of the words before I could say anything. Hell yeah! Dar's war cry echoes through the lab. Did you get it? Mission complete. Dar shows his white teeth in a wide grin as he gives his thumbs up. I got the server admin's ID and password. Now we can peep as much as we want. Yahoo! And the IBM 5100 database. That's separate, duh. Server admin's unrelated. I mean, it's a database with normally unreadable code, so there's a limit on who can access it. Doesn't look like even the lab director can access it. There are positions higher than that? There's something called the CERN Executive Council. So they call it a council, eh? What about it? It's a fitting name for our enemy. Kirsten looks at me coldly. Whatever. Let's leave the Let's leave the IBM 51 data. I can't read. I can't read. I'm illiterate. This is all garbage text. Whatever. Let's leave the IBM 5100 database for another day. Run a search for the data on time travel research, Daru. Okie dokie. That Z program we saw last time was suspicious, wasn't it? That and the Jellyman's report. Couldn't get more concrete information on either before. Kirsty stares holes into the monitor. Her angry expression has disappeared. Look carefully and burn it into your eyes. The proof of CERN's action. It's deceit upon the world. Oh yeah, baby. Found the LHC project supervisor. The supervisor? That's a pretty important post. Right now, we're peeking inside his computer. Z program. Z obviously stands for jelly. Zeddy. Jelly starts with J. Jelly. Careless mistake. So uncool. What I meant to say is that there's no way it would have such a simple name. The name's hiding something important. There has to be a double meaning. Daru, who's been searching through the log, suddenly stops. Got it. It displays a graphic on the monitor. Looks like a scan of a very old paper document. Letterhead reads, Z program, top secret. The program began in 1973. When was CERN formed? 1954. I asked Dar, but Carissa answers instead, her tone flat. I thought that maybe CERN was formed with the Z program in mind, but 54 means my guess was off. When was the IBM 5100 put on market? 1975. So maybe that's why the IBM 5100 was central to CERN's operations. A year's match, after all. No, that's wrong. Can't be something as stupidly simple as that. Has to be a worldwide conspiracy involved. Maybe IBM hid their proprietary programming language in the IBM 5100 for the sole purpose of its use in CERN's Z program. IBM and CERN are co-conspirators. And both of them are being manipulated from the shadows by an even larger organization. No, I'm pretty sure it's just CERN. Yeah, that's way more interesting. JPEG? Come on, I can't copy-paste this. Darn mutters some complaint. It's gotta be PNGs. The text is in French. What's on screen right now looks like English. Actually, there's French, Dutch, and German versions too. Content looks the same though. CERN's purpose, heading into the 21st century, shall be to establish control over space and time, thereby to enable the destruction of extant history and the creation of an everlasting utopia. Ruled by the committee that encompasses the entirety of past and future events. Kirsty suddenly starts speaking at a stilted clip. Alright! Maka says she can do English! Way to go, assistant! Your study abroad in America was all for the sake of today, wasn't it? Of course not. Stop assigning people with roles in your fantasy world. Dara relinquishes his chair, allowing Currency to sit in front of the computer. In order to maintain this program's secrecy, and to allow its name to remain relevant in changing circumstances, we designated the Z program. Z, like the Greek Omega or the Cyrillic Ya. It is forbidden to assign any meaning to this name, or to seek significance beyond the project itself. Negative returns are predicted should this edict be violated. The Z program is a top-secret project, spanning international borders. Like the electromagnetic wave research, it has been approved for the top priority funding by the Committee of 300. Henceforth, all other research performed by CERN shall function to keep Z program's existence secret. I guess Currency is reading the preface to a document. It's getting rather dull. I mean, rather dull. Is there anything specific about what exactly the Z program is? Dara types on the keyboard from the side, bringing up another window. Here. This... It can't be. Currency bends forward and stares wide-eyed at the words on the screen. What is it? The purpose of the Z program is to perform time-space displacement experiments by means of high-energy proton collisions. Proton collisions. Time-space displacement experiments. In other words, time travel. I have to struggle to keep from shouting. Quickly run over to a window and close it. It might make it hotter inside, but it would be worse if people outside overheard us. No way. It was true? You're telling me they've been deceiving the world for nearly 40 years? Just as I suspected, a great shadow lurks behind CERN. Most likely the organization or one of its puppets. What organization, you Chunibyo nutjob? At least try to be serious some of the time. Don't be ridiculous. My words are always grounded in truth. Anyway, shouldn't it be the committee instead of the organization? That's what it says here. The Committee of 300? I don't think they mean CERN's Executive Council. What are they talking about? The world is full of lies. It's not as beautiful as you think. Listen, Ocarine. I am listening. The Committee of 300 is the dark power that controls every secret society, every government, every multinational corporation. You're making things up again. It's the truth. Google it if you don't believe me. Until now, the human race, for all its accomplishments, has never been able to overcome the barrier called time. The technology of time travel, which can break through that barrier, will change the course of human history. Literally. As it was when we split the atom, this forbidden fruit has the potential to grant us godlike power. Not a man exists who can resist its temptation. And naturally, all those who with power will use any means at their disposal to obtain it. Human morality is naught but a joke to those who would stand with gods. Understand, Christina? Wow, that was quite a speech. Since you seem to know so much about it, does that mean you're aiming for godhood too? What Hoenkioma desires is the destruction of all who would call themselves gods, the collapse of their hateful system, and a glorious new age of chaos! I'm not asking Hoenn, I'm asking Okabe. I am Hoenn! In other words, you don't have your own reason. Damn you, assistant, how dare you attack my very identity! Forget about him, Makase-shi. Please keep reading. Daru! What do you mean forget about me? I'm tired of listening to conspiracy theories. I'm more interested in the Z program than in your delusions. I told you they're not delusions, they're not theories. Daru does have a point. Our top priority now is to expose the dark side of the international research organization known as CERN. Continue, assistant. At least show respect when you're asking for favor. Though huffing out complaints, Cursu obediently goes back to translating. Stage 1. Construction and implementation of the Large Hadron Collider. Over the past half-century,
Beginning the proton synchrotron completed in 1959, proto-accelerator technology has reached the point where standardized results may be obtained. Stage 2. Implementation and testing of lifter technology. The formation of more than 2 artificial, localized singularities, as well as the formation of curved black holes, will become possible when this stage is complete. In order to hide the program's true goal, it is necessary to intentionally leak misinformation regarding the formation of black holes. Stage 3. Animal experimentation. Stage 4.
Kurisu stops talking. She takes a deep breath and finally mutters angrily.
Human experimentation.
For real? That sure runs up my spine. I admit it. Some part of me still saw this as a game. I was elated to discover that an institution as respected as CERN was actually doing time travel research. After all, we ourselves had succeeded, whether by chance or design, in producing our own time travel phenomenon. I thought that maybe we could beat CERN to the first functional time machine design. And wouldn't that be something? But now, just like I said to Kurisu, the world is full of lies. Morals are meaningless. Is it really okay for us to get involved in this?
Hey, Ocarine. Remember when we hacked in before? I'm pretty sure that email we read said this... Result. Error. Human is dead. Mismatch. For details, see the Jellyman's report.
Someone died.
Could that have something to do with human experimentation?
My throat goes dry. A cold sweat seeps through my brow. And it's not because of the heat. Kurisu and Dara are waiting for me to speak. Are they entrusting the decision to me? I ask myself, is this really okay? Are you sure? Is this really okay? No, it isn't. But we've gone too far to back down now. Are you sure? There is no turning back at this point. We've gone too far. There's only forward. If we were to go back, we could never raise our heads in pride again. True. Can I live with myself if I ignore this conspiracy? Daru, look out the Jellyman's report.
Really?
Really. But first, Christina? You should leave.
Oh, why suddenly?
The Jellyman's report, it gives me a bad feeling. Once we see it, we can no longer return to our normal lives. You're a genius. You're already published. For crying out loud. There's no need to throw away your promising future.
Are you worried about me?
Of course I am. You are my assistant, after all.
I keep telling you I'm not your assistant. Thanks for your concern, but I'm not leaving. We need to expose this truth to the world.
No! It's too dangerous!
You chickening out?
We're powerless against this conspiracy. One wrong move and they'll have us erased.
But still.
This isn't a game! I'm not joking here!
Fine. I won't tell anyone.
Their expression shows she still doesn't agree. She finally submits.
But I'm not leaving. It'll keep me awake at night.
You won't regret this?
I won't.
She declares firmly. I don't know if it's her competitive spirit or if it's her bravery. She's just ignorant of the ways of the world. Doesn't look like I can persuade her to back down. What about you, Daru? Prepared?
Well, I am a super hacker.
He's comfortable even in this situation.
And with my skills, they'll never know we're there.
That settles it. It's good that Mayu is not here. I can't get her involved. Look Daru and Kurisu in the eye. One each. Alright, let's begin. Kurisu gives the seat to Daru.
Henceforth, this shall be known as Operation Leon's Chest.
Why Norse mythology?
Is that Norse mythology? Yeah, it's cool, I guess.
Anyway, what is it with men in military terms?
Daru, begin the operation.
You having fun with this, Kurisu? You having fun with what you have caused here? Though I guess... No, you know, this is your fault. You died, alright? And because you died, we've done this. If you didn't die, none of this would have ever happened. Because I wouldn't have seen it. Kyoma wouldn't have seen it. But I guess that's Steins Gate 0, ain't it? Probably. I think that's what Steins Gate 0 is. We'll find out one day. Probably, maybe, I don't know. He soon finds the Jellyman's report. It required a second password authentication, which Daru broke through easily.
Ready? Opening it.
Daru looks at me and Kurisu. I wet my parched lips and nod. The air in the lab suddenly seems thicker. Unable to escape through the closed window, it surrounds us with an oppressive heat. Daru wipes the sweat off his forehead with a handkerchief, then timidly presses the enter key. File opens. First glance, it looks like a resume. There's a photograph on the top right. Top left is name, age, height, weight, and other information. In the center is a long string of English text. Underneath that, there's something attached, like a scan of a newspaper clipping with a black and white photo. And then I know exactly what the Jellyman in Jellyman's report means. Yeah. That's, Yeah, we know.
Jellyman's Report 10. Subject, James McCarthy, age 31, American. Z program stage 4. Date of experiment, 2005, January 28th, T1305.
What does T13 mean? Or time 1305. Oh, that would be 105. Kurisu bends over Daru's shoulder, reading the contents out loud.
Results, error. Human is dead. Mismatch.
That again?
It is believed that due to infinite compression by supergravity, the subject could not endure passage through the singularity inside the curved black hole. April 3rd, 1921, New York City. An unidentified man was discovered dead in an alley off Union Square. The right half of his body was embedded into a nearby wall.
Sounds like Kurisu was reading a newspaper article at the end. Morning good news? What? What do you mean good news? What about this is good news? Maybe that's an errand that's supposed to be good morning news? But just morning good news. Would you walk up to would you open your newspaper, crack it on open, read good news, and expect this? Human is dead? Mismatch? Well, obviously it didn't say human is dead, but I mean it says it in the newspaper, but not mismatch.
The man's body was completely jellified.
Interpreter Rendezvous. Chapter 3. I didn't even read what the I didn't even read what the chapter was, but you know what? Butterfly effects divergence. Can't wait for the butterfly effect!